What's up, Transformers fans? Mondo here, and for this Moonbase 84 transmission, I'm back with another Transformers Cyberworld review, that being the Transformers Cyberworld Shockwave. So I picked up Shockwave here a few days ago. The night before, Aatron had called me and said, hey, they've got a new Cyberworld display up at our local Walmart, and he said they had both Shockwave and the pirate ship Scourge. Sadly, I wasn't able to go that night, so I went the next day. And I say sadly because Scourge was already sold out, but I was able to pick up Shockwave. So here he is, and we will take a closer look at him right now. And as we take a closer look at Shockwave here, I just wanted to mention that Shockwave along with Scourge are probably the two most anticipated figures in the Cyberworld line yet. That's because Shockwave, his alt mode, he transforms into the fan, the fan wanted Spinosaurus, and Scourge turns into a pirate ship, which is really, really cool. But of course, here's Shockwave. Now, as we can see, he is cast in a lot of purple, as a Shockwave usually is, but he also has white added to it to break up that purple, which is really cool. You've got the traditional Shockwave head, and then you get a little bit more purple on his chest, a different shade, and on his torso. There is some nice detail and panel work throughout the robot mode. And of course, he goes Beast Wars Megatron type style, replacing his usual blaster arm with a Spinosaurus head, which looks really nice, and we'll take a closer look at that in alt mode, obviously. But yeah, not much paint going on, as you can see. It's mostly all done in plastic, some yellow hits. This might be purple paint, a different shade of purple paint there. And then you got the white, but again, some decent sculpt work. And then we'll take a look at the back. Some more of that nice panel work. Not very hollow in the legs, but in the arms, very hollow. Articulation wise, he is a Cyberworld, so very limited, as most Cyberworld characters are. There is no head articulation. That is due to transformation. His arms are pretty articulated. They do the T, they swivel, but unfortunately, once again, no elbows. So yeah, that's for both arms. No waist. His legs can kick forward, back, and do close to a T, but crashes in here. And his feet move up and down, but he does have knees that are just slightly under 90. So once again, limited articulation, as we've come to expect with this line. Now you might be looking at Shockwave here and thinking to yourself, he looks kind of bare bones. That's because we are not done, because he comes with a bunch of parts. And I know parts forming, but I've gone on record several times saying I don't care about parts forming. So first we have the sword. I mean, no paint or anything, but nicely detailed. And the instructions show to use it as a sword, but you could use it, plug it into his hand like that to use as a blaster. But we'll do the sword. This is the Spinosaurus sail, but these translucent purple plastic pieces do come off, so you could use those as well, but I have them on already, and we can port that there. Now, as you can see, he has several ports, so you can put this stuff in a lot of different places. You have these purple translucent plastic dino claws, and you flip them around, like we can say put them here, and now he has like blasters, and then you can do one here, like so. But we're still not done, because he has two more parts, and I have them on Mega Ball, and they are more dino claws with white claws with more purple clear plastic. But I wanted to bring this out to show that you can take pieces from Shockwave and use them to armor up your standard Cyber Changers. But we'll go ahead right now, which I do think that's really cool that you can do that. And you can plug these in several places, of course. I'm going to put them down here, I think. I kind of like them down there. If I did it correctly, yeah, right there. So yeah, here is Shockwave all armed up in like the standard configuration the instructions show. And as I said, you can mix and match and everything, or you can give Mega Bowls some stuff, or any other Cyber Changer, which I think is awesome because that adds a lot of playability. And I keep on forgetting that Spinowave here has one more feature, and that is if you hit here, his chest opens up, revealing, I guess, some Energon surge power, because I'm guessing he will show up during season 2. But again, more of that clear purple plastic, looking very nice, and you can see it on the doors as well. So now he's all armed up, radiating his Energon surge to take on the Autobots. And just like robot mode, here we have Shockwave transformed up in his bare bones Spinosaurus mode. And we'll take a quick closer look before we get him finished. But yeah, nothing really is revealed in the alt mode that we didn't see in the robot mode. Here's his chest. Ultimately, it's Shockwave folded up and his arms reaching up for the sky, covering his head. But still, for what it is, pretty cool. Again, there's that nice panel work and sculpt work done throughout. But yeah, we will go and armor him. He does, the only articulation in alt mode is his jaw, which Spinal Head does look really cool. I love this tubing that evokes his, his cannon arm, from his standard G1 design. But again, we need the pieces to make him a proper Spinosaurus. So go ahead and clip the sail on. Still, again, these can come off. I just haven't bothered taking them off. The sword becomes his tail, standard Beast Former fare. Now this is really weird, but cool. You can see he has little front dino feet, but the instructions show you just to plug on the bigger, clear purple plastic feet on the side, I guess, to make him more menacing. It's a shame they didn't like clip on, because now they're like hanging out from his feet, which does look a little silly. I wish they just clipped on over the smaller feet for that look. And then you have these pieces that you can put in various places. I think the instructions, if I remember correctly, show to do this. Now, well, I will say that these ports aren't very deep, so these pop off rather easily, which is a shame because, kids can lose, not only kids could lose those parts fairly easily, this big kid could too. But there is the complete look. And I think he looks pretty cool. We have like the belly crawling version of a Spinosaurus. Spinosaurus, as many of you know, is big debate on how he actually looked, like moving around and things. And some people, I think, try to say that this was more Dimetrodon, maybe? But definitely with the head, it's supposed to be a Spinosaurus. Yeah, looks pretty cool. So the last thing you can do is you can use these claw attachments as grips, so you can have one of your Cyber Changers ride Spinowave into battle, which I think is really cool. And you may think you're cool, but you'll never be as cool as Megabull riding Spinowave into battle. So that's my look at the Transformers Cyberworld Shockwave, or Spinowave. And my final thoughts on him is that he is a really fun figure. Not perfect, but a really fun figure, and one could say a good figure when you put it in the proper context. Everybody has to remember, these are not meant to be collector grade toys. These are meant to be toys. And, to appeal to a younger demographic. And hopefully the younger demographic is enjoying Cyberworld as much as I am, because we need the young fans to come into the fandom so we can, keep Transformers going for another 40 years. But yeah, once again, to me, my take on Cyberworld is that it's a fun little toy line. I love the interchangeable aspect of it, and I have fun messing around with Cyberworld toys, and I have fun with the show. So yeah, Spinowave here is another welcome addition to the line. And once again, I say, what I like about Cyberworld is that they are experimenting, getting wacky, giving us things like Spinowave and Pirate Ship Scourge. And that can only be a good thing in the long run. So if you're a collector and these aren't for you, that's fine. But please don't hate on it, because we need experimentation in the line, and we need new fans to come in. And I think Cyberworld is doing just fine, being the fun little and wacky line that it's trying to be. I guess my little rant is over. But with that being said, comment to let me know, even if you aren't getting the Cyberworld toys, are you thinking of picking up Spinowave here? Because he is a Spinosaurus, and everybody knows fans try to get through the fan vote a Spino Shockwave, and we know he's going to be Whale Wave. So this, for the time being, is the only way we're going to get a Spino. We're getting a Spino Shockwave. So let me know if you're planning on picking him up, even if you're not into Cyberworld. With that being said, I've got to get going. But as always, thanks for docking.